guys get bent out of shape about the Rockville audio here. Here's where I'm at, honestly. This truck has a $10,000 suspension on it. I'm not playing, I'm not doing whatever. Yes, it's like $10,000. Absolutely nuts. You'd be like, oh, why don't you pair the audio, get the JL, do this. Well, let me tell you something. 2 shallow mount JLs, because the box, which is over there in the corner, the dual 10 sub box right there only has a mounting depth so deep. So you got to get some shallower subs. And to do that, if you're paying for the JL, the Alpine, the whatever, like I said, I've done it all. The Hellcat's got 2 JL 10W3s. It's also got a Rockville amp in it that thumps harder than ever, and actually is probably the best working amp I ever had. I've gone through so many amps in my day, you know, overheating, blowing up, just dying, and Rockville's been a champ on those 2 JL 10W3s. So I know a lot of you are gonna complain like, oh, you're not paying top dollar for audio. Rockville stinks. This, I have had 0 issues. The Tahoe was loaded with it. Mike's got subs in his truck from Rockville. Everything is just great, and you're paying a good price for good audio. Let me say that slower. You're paying a good price for good audio. You're not paying a good price for the best audio, but you're paying a good price for good audio. That's my purpose here. The Tahoe, when I put those, you know, those wakeboard speakers and that, you know, that tube 12 back there, I couldn't get over the sound of that audio. It sounded so good. That's why it led me back to this. I have had 0 issues with the amp in the Hellcat, and I've had 0 issues with the audio in the Tahoe. So all this stuff here, right here, we do have 2 kicker tweeters, because that's the only ones I could find in this like 3.5-inch kind of circle. But 2 kicker tweeters that'll go in the dash, and then you got all these here. All of this was less than like $1,500. So if I bought 2 shallow mountain JLs, I'll be spending like $700 just on that. So again, I'm a real human. Good audio for a good price. So that's what we're doing today. 2 amps here. This huge 3,200 watt 4-channel amp for the speakers, and this 4,000 watt amp right here for the 210s, 2 line output converters, so we can convert the signal, put it in the amp. You know the whole deal. And we're gonna get the Banana Ram bumping. Once the audio's done, we'll obviously take on our headliner, the Starlights, and the brown suede. Let's get to it. Into a slight issue here. We were gonna honestly, just because we're already in there, swap the handles out, put all the color matched ones in. However, I bought replacement ones, just aftermarket, whatever. Fitment, it didn't want to go in. The one peg up here, it didn't want to go in. I kind of snapped it off because it was not in like in the right spot to go in the hole in the door. It goes in there now, it sits flush, but here's the issue. So when I got these, there's a little insert in there, back, down in there. It's a little, as you can see, there's the issue. Handle stays open. No matter what I do, I could go all the way out, boom, release it. I mean, you could sit there and every time you exit the truck, just close the handle, but why would I do that? So instead, which I didn't want to do, sand these down and paint the factory ones this week too. I didn't want to do that because I already obviously did a whole set of 4. But something in here with that little plastic insert is refraining this from shutting every time, which sucks. So it's been like a minute, and I mean a minute. So although I bought these subs to fit this box depth-wise, they are so like beefy underneath that the ridges of the sub, like kind of where it came up from the voice coil all the way up to the top, where they kind of bowed out around that around that voice coil and magnet, it wouldn't slide in the box, so we just notched them out where it should be, and it's in there. And look at that. Some of you are gonna be like, whoa, what are you doing? But look at how clean it is. It's all good. Everything's, all screws are in, but we're good to go there. So that took forever trying to get that in. Freaking nuts. Still gotta run all the cables and stuff from the battery up here to or from the battery back here, and do the line output converters and stuff. I'm just a little confused on that. I've never ran an amp to the 4 speakers. The first truck I ever had an amp to the speakers and an amp to the sub. Sounded incredible. Loved that truck. So we're gonna do it in this truck, but we're figuring it out as we go. I don't know if you saw in the back of the video already or not, but we added some things to the shop. We added another oven. We really didn't need that oven. I may cut the oven and like try to attach it to that one, maybe, or just leave that one. I don't know yet. But we got this oven, and then we got a sandblasting cabinet. Yeah, it's like it gets so dusty and dirty in there quick, but you can see we got a little test bracket in there. Yeah, oh, it's coming off slowly. We'll be there all night. But yeah, got a sandblasting cabinet. Our buddy picked it up and was like, yeah, can I put it in the shop? And you know, you guys use it whenever. And I said, sure. And whenever he needs it, he'll come and use it. But still, that's super awesome. At the end of last video, I told you guys about like a big Friday night, and let me tell you, it's still happening. It's been just a couple days postponed, but we're still gonna make that purchase, and this shop and everything it'll just, you guys, oh, I am so excited. But we're gonna mess with this for a little bit, and then I might run some wires tonight. It's getting pretty late, and then we'll come back in the morning and just hopefully finish this up. But yeah, just want to give you guys a little update on that speaker situation before you guys are like, what is going on? Guys, I'm gonna be real with you. It's like 10 p.m. I've been here since way before noon. It's probably almost 10:30, 11 now. Running, let me tell you, this is a nightmare. Literally, if this truck hasn't fought me enough, this is fighting me even worse. I'll come back here, show you what's going on. Yes, like all the plastics are piled in the middle. Don't worry about the mess in here. Here's what we got going on. And a couple things I've found out along the way. Well, first thing, if you could tell, we're not done yet. Next thing, the 4-channel amp here, I gotta see what's up with it. The levels are barely high. Like, I mean, we're like min. I mean, don't get me wrong, the speakers are loud. When the volume is like above 25, 7, 8, 9, 31 through 6, kind of in there, it almost doesn't get louder beyond those like levels, so that's kind of confusing to me. I got to do some research on this. I've never wired a 4-channel amp before. Well, I mean, it's wired, but something somewhere is backwards, or I don't know, or I need a bigger amp to do these 4 speakers. I guess anyone in the comments below, you car audio people. Each of the door speakers are 110 watts, they say on the back. I don't know if that's RMS or not. I know the subs are both 500 watts RMS each. I think we could get them to hit harder. Like the JLs I have in my car, 10W3s, they're 500 watts RMS each, and I got the monoblock Rockville amp, 4,000 watt, and they slap. I mean, they slap. Those are like during songs with bass, it's like okay, but everything kind of just like kind of just like exhausts itself. Another thing, I'm in here, I'm doing this, and these rear door speakers, and I guess the fronts too. So in there's a metal track that holds the window, and then in front of it there's like some plastic, and there's a lot of plastic. First things first, these speakers do not fit in the doors, and I guess something I haven't realized, or I didn't realize at all, is this is a common problem, and you get 2 ways to do this. You get people who modify the plastic housing like I did here, and I started doing here. If I, you know, sand this down a little bit, obviously I'll clean it up and stuff, but you kind of sand it down. The speaker will go in the back, but on the front, right into the window track here, so that's not gonna work. So these speakers are too deep. Online forums and stuff, people do it both ways. They'll trim the plastic and the speaker will fit. It did in this back door, but in the front door, not so much. I didn't know this was a thing, but it is. 6x9 speaker, spacers, they got 1/2-inch ones. I'm gonna do a quick measurement before I leave here, but a 1/2-inch spacer, I'm gonna get them ordered. They'll be here Tuesday from Amazon. You know, you space the speaker out. We should still clear the door panel great, like by far, but it'll space the speaker out, get away from that window track, and then we'll be good. So unfortunately, this truck is not getting done anymore tonight. I am exhausted. I've been here, like yesterday I was here for hours, and today I'm here for like 10 plus hours. I am thoroughly exhausted. Running all of these wires is absolutely absurd. Some of you are gonna wonder how you do this. Every door, you gotta cut the speaker wire in half. The one that goes into the pillar and out to the door, you need to run a wire back to the output side of the amp. Well, the one that comes out of the floor harness up to here, and the bottom half of that needs to be tapped like right here, and it needs to run all the way back to your line output converter, and then the line output converter will convert it to RCAs, and then you run the RCAs to the amp, and then the amp sends the RCA signal to the output side and goes back to your speakers. So that was the biggest pain, because I've got, sheesh, I got two sets, pretty much 4 wires there, 4 wires here, there's 8 coming here, 8 going in here, and then you got to tap the line output converter. You need the rear, it says the fronts, but I've never used the fronts in my life. It's always the rear speakers on a line output converter. So I use the fronts, and I thought that was our loudness issue, and then I switched it to the backs, and it's still the same issue. I think that's what, I forget, I'm gonna go look at how I wired those when I get home, but that's what I gotta do. Those should hit harder. I'm gonna get the spacers for these speakers, and then figure out what's going on with the volume on the 4-channel, because something's wired backwards, or the amp's not big enough, or something, because like I said, at about 27 through 37, the volume is loud, but it doesn't get louder. So that's just kind of where I'm at here, honestly. While I was doing all this, Mike was over here sandblasting these brackets and stuff we had. These are gonna be Lollipop Red, go on the truck. And then this here is a hitch receiver that goes in the receiver, and I got the detonator yellow kind of powder, so we'll be testing this soon as well, just to make sure it matches, and the lollipop red hitch should be coming too. So just for fun, you know, little insert if I need to go to a 2-inch hitch instead of a 2.5. But yeah, so Sandblaster works great. Cabinet, super sweet. It'll help us get small parts done and then powder them as we need, and then for bigger stuff and other things like that, bigger oven. Like I said, I have plans to do a lot of stuff here and get a lot of stuff done, and it's just been, oh, it's been crazy. This thing's keeping me held up. I ended up with another powder coating gun, the Eastwood, you know, the dual voltage powder coating system. And Eastwood also sent me their new remodeled, kind of designed towards the professional aspect, powder coating gun as well. So I've got so many powder coating guns now. But we're gonna be trying that powder coating gun out probably in the next video. And then we always have an extra one, and then we have the original too. Guys, it's just been crazy. I apologize for, like, a lot of you are like, oh, you only did one thing in the video. But it's like, shh, dude, I've been here, like, it's literally like I've been here for like 10, 11 hours today, 6 to 8 yesterday. And a lot of it's just been kicking my butt. Like I said, we had to modify the box. I was modifying the door, the inner door panel. I am being and getting beat up. That's for sure. So guys, if you enjoyed this video, shoot it a thumbs up. If you haven't been here before, please get down there, click subscribe. Drop me a comment down below. Tap the notification bell, click all so you don't miss out on any of the uploads. A lot of you have been, I get the comments, but yeah, tap the notification bell. It's free. You won't miss out. And hopefully we can get this all sorted out very soon and just start tackling other things. I know car audio isn't really that entertaining for you guys because you can only hear so much when I'm done. But it's just a lot of tedious wiring and kind of a pain in the butt. But once we get it all situated, it's going to sound great while we're driving and all that stuff. So it'll be worth it. But in the meantime, guys, take care. And I'll see you guys in the next one. I'm gonna go get some sleep and be back here in like 4 hours. So, see ya.